Hello, friends. I am eating an English muffin with some almond butter I got for Christmas. So good. And hey, this is the scheduled TikTok live, not like the pop-ups I've been doing, because the holidays, I don't know about you, but the holidays have a different feeling. But now we are here. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to those of you who I have met before and haven't seen since 2023. But also Happy New Year to folks that have never met me before. So good morning, Laura and Luca and Ted and Lee and Sue. This is what I like to call, because I'm a Gen Xer with the pop culture references like nobody's business, this is what I like to call the romper room portion of the show, where I say, hey Alexis, and hey Dana, and hey Jessica, and Lisa, and then Mel B, and and then at a certain point so many people come on that I can't do it. But for the people who join in early, this is what I like to call, we're in the romper room, okay? So again, I am, this is how I roll. This is who I am. I am Beth. I am a decluttering life coach. If we have not met before, I do TikTok lives a number of times during the week. I am also, oh, there we go. Good morning, Jess. I schedule things differently every week. I do. I love and I flourish under a flexible schedule. I wither on the vine when I do something that's too structured and saps the life out of me. I have often, for decades of my life, because I worked retail and worked on my own, never had a set schedule. Ruthie, I don't think she ever said my name either, but I'm saying yours. Here you go. Miss Jean is saying happy good morning, Ruthie. So, with my flexible schedule, I pop up at different times of the day, days of the week. I'm going to write this down because somebody asked for evening TikTok lives. I will do some more of those. But I'm here for you now, and for the next 58 minutes, as it were, to help you with your clutter and how it makes you feel. This is how it is. The beginning of this year, I realized the stuff that worked really well for me last year, I'm going to do more of. And I hope you think of that too. And then the stuff that didn't work out from you, let's get curious about these things. Let's get curious. We're going to get curious about the things that didn't work. We're going to break apart them and find out what didn't work so we can get nice and specific and then change that specific thing. Okay? So notice that's what we're going to do. And it's not just from this is a list of things you need to do every week. I freaking hate those things. I do my laundry when it looks like I need to do it, and I do it. I don't like to be on any kind of routine set schedule. Now, that may work for you. What I want to empower you with is you do what works for you. And what works for you is the stuff that you do that gives you a result that you want. Regardless of how your brain works or how your life works, if you are getting the results you want and your home and life are looking and feeling and functioning like you want them to, rock. But if they're not, us, you can do something about that. You have a choice. You can continue to do what's not working. And what's that definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. You can be all spinning out and spinning your wheels here, or you can stop that. And with my help, because I'm here to help, we can get you unraveling that spin, stopping, getting some traction, and getting you on the road to your destination decluttered. Okay? It makes me feel wonderful as long as it all has a home, Cherise says. And that's so true. When you know where things are, so you go to find them, they're where they are, you use them and you can put them away. Mwah, chef's kiss. Functionality is, I'm about that. I've been trained in visual merchandising and problem solving and a lot of that kind of like analytical brain stuff, but that can help you live a life of ease. And I am all about a life of ease. The funny thing is too, is I will share with you guys, talk about being behind the scenes with me right now, is I did some coaching this morning. I do one-on-one coaching via Zoom. So I'm in this room when I'm coaching, I don't go to people's houses. I show up whatever state you're in, and we work via Zoom. I love it. It works out so great. However, the funny thing is you might notice, now sometimes my big head, which reminds me, oh my gosh, I'm getting a haircut today. Yes, I am. Okay. My big hair usually hides what's behind me on the wall here. But typically it's like you're here at the beginning of a road trip. Beginning of the year, new you, all that. You are here today. And if your life rocks, yay, do more of that. But what doesn't rock, let's figure out what you want instead. And normally I would point to my destination. Well, the funny thing is that my little heart, I know, Mommy Salami, it's right here on the floor. I'm going to go pick it up. And I tried to stick it up between coaching sessions, and I'm too short. I have to get my husband to do it or get my little step stool. The heart is here, okay? But you're right, it totally fell. And I cracked up when I went to go point to it in a coaching session, and I'm like, it's gone. Because other than that, I don't look over there too much. I only see this mostly when I'm looking at my screen here. But I am here for you. And let me tell you, Mommy Salami, where is my heart? My heart really is with you all, because I have so much good feeling in my heart because of the stuff that I have done and learned to get my life and home looking and feeling like I wanted to and functioning like I wanted to, that I just want to share it. It does no good for me to have this abundance of what I have. My heart is so full that having too much just spills over, and I want it to spill over to you so you can catch some of that and you can make a life that looks and feels and functions better to you, okay? Notice that. Okay, now here's the cool thing. Just Michelle is saying, no extra money in budget, but totally need to declutter and organize my ADHD life. Yeah, you know what the cool thing is? Doesn't cost you a dime. Yeah, if you want me as your one-on-one coach, that's something some people can't afford. And trust me, I'm the cheapest I will ever be. Every time you see me, I'm the cheapest I will ever be. My rates could change tomorrow. But that being said, I know that what I do one-on-one isn't for everybody. So therefore, I show up and I'm here to help you free. You have to do the work, though. You have to be ready to do it and do different things. Think different things, feel different things. Stop yourself from doing the stuff that ain't working. Start yourself doing the stuff that will work. And a lot of that starts with focus, ADHD people, practicing focusing, working with your brain instead of fighting against it, and working with your brain to get the results you want. Okay? Good morning. Good morning, Amber and Lori and Sharice and Carrie and Roxanne. This is what I do. I'm a decluttering life coach, so I'm not about to just hand you a list of do the dishes on Monday and the laundry on Saturday and whatever. Trust me, there's structure in what I do. I call it breeze blocking. This is what I do to remind myself of when I'm going to do things and when I do them. Thank you. I'm embarrassed. I should have just not had a piece. I'm going to put my muffin over there. Anyhow, there we go. Jen Thorne was just watching me on YouTube. Yeah, so actually, I don't want to talk with my mouth full. It's impolite, and I also could choke. But yeah, so these TikTok lives that I do these frequently. There's a schedule posted at the top of the Destination Decluttered TikTok page here, which if you haven't followed me and you're curious about what I do, give it a follow. Watch some of my videos. But all of the TikTok lives that I do are downloaded from TikTok, and then I upload them to Destination Decluttered on YouTube so you can watch them at your leisure. I say that because I consider them a clever, what do I want to say, like life hacky way of almost like having an hour-long podcast to pop in if you're just puttering around the house, you can listen to me in your head. I'm answering questions. I answer questions all the time. No, just Michelle, actually, TikTok. Perfect place to get started. Perfect place to get started. Everything I do it for you. I have had Bryan Adams songs going through my head this morning. I don't know why, but I don't question it. I have songs going through my head all the time. I'm married to a musician. That might have something to do with it. But TikTok is where everything happens. That and the Destination Decluttered email mailing list. Now, I know this to me is already starting to sound too much informational, too much about me, and this is what I have for you. But I want to offer to you that I am here for you for the next 50 minutes to help you with what you're struggling with clutter-wise and otherwise. Okay? Pop your questions in the comments. I can help you with that. All right? So that being said, TikTok is the best place to get started. So follow me here, share my TikTok page. This is where all the lives happen. All of the videos will always be on TikTok first, and then I do kind of copy and paste them to Facebook and Instagram, Destination Decluttered. But the other really good place is the Destination Decluttered email mailing list. DestinationDecluttered.com/join. I will take like 2 seconds and tell you about that. Then we'll dive in, okay? Because I do a bunch of free live bunch of cool stuff for the people that are only on the mailing list. This Sunday, I'm doing a 1-hour workshop about how to breeze block, how to make time in your schedule for things you want to do. I also do, we do a monthly group Zoom call just for people on the mailing list. And if you want to sign up for coaching with me, the people on the mailing list always get first dibs. So DestinationDecluttered.com/join, end commercial, and let me just jump right in here for you, okay? All right, somebody lives in an RV. Awesome. You got to get really creative about what you have and how much you have and where you store it. Am I right? All righty. What do we got here? Okay. For kitchen drawer, Kara is saying, and I read these so that people on the lives and not watching the screen will have context to what I'm talking about. So Kara says, 4 kitchen drawers sorted. Yes. High five. 2 bags for savers in the car. Another. Liz Lemon, high five. We are doing Swedish death cleaning this year. Yes, that is a really good thing. What's the end in mind? Doing that, so every little bit helps. High Life 238, sentimental kids' clothes. Very common thing. You're not alone to look at a little onesie or a little knitted something or other that the kid wore, the wicked cute t-shirt that they made or they wore. No, I don't have kids, but I'm an auntie like nobody's business. And here's what I want to offer to you is in the life of your child, everybody, in your life, in your child's life, everything could have potential sentimental memories. It could be a little booty. It could be a little shoe. It could be, as you said, sentimental kids' clothing. Now, notice that clothing is a functional object. Clothing is the stuff that causes us to be not naked in public and in private and on TikTok. I wear the same stuff all day. I have sentimental clothing that tells me stories, and you do too, and they're little kid clothing. Just know that at a certain point, you can start to save all this stuff because of the sentimentality, but if you keep on doing that and you don't do anything about it, it becomes too much, and that's probably what you're thinking of. Notice that the story in the item isn't in the item. The item is a reminder of the story that lives in your head and lives in your heart. Oh my God, remember he wore that when we went to Disney and it was so cute, or my grandmother made that. Whatever the story is not in the thing. The thing is a reminder. So here's a fun thing to think about is you can do a couple things. One thing that has proven successful with a lot of people that follow me is to take a picture of that item, and then that picture can remind you of the time. Better yet, see if you can find a picture of your child in the item to remember that outfit so that you don't need to keep the outfit. You have a picture of your child in the outfit. The other fun thing could be is walking down memory lane with that child. Remember when you were so small and you fit into this? Oh, well, you're big now, and so you fit into other clothes, but there are other babies in the world that could fit into this, so I'm going to donate this to a place that needs baby clothes. Getting your kids involved in the decluttering. Honoring the story, but that's noticing that if you keep too much of it, you're going to be surrounded by it, and that's not going to feel good. Okay? Hope that helps. Callie Rose is actually, what kind of music does your husband play? He's a guitarist. He plays the bass. He sings. He writes music. Cheap Trick, Fountains of Wayne, Wilco, The Beatles, The Kinks, stuff like that there. He's actually here on TikTok. His name is Cliff Hillis. CliffHillis. That's him. All right. I love the idea, Amber. You mentioned about getting a blanket. I actually made a t-shirt blanket from a lot of the t-shirts that I have, and then musician husband had a ton of t-shirts, and I made them into like a little lap blanket that I could put on my lap. I actually use it when I do yoga, and it's my little one that I bring with me in my bag that I sit up on. So t-shirts, quilts, and clothing quilts are a good idea. There we go. Yeah, teacher, Yvette. I will tell you, I have so many teachers follow me here on TikTok and also have been my one-on-one clients. I am getting to know the teacher life like nobody business. 16 years, so much stuff, thinking I'm going to use it again. That's one of the reasons all of us keep a lot of stuff. I might use this again. Ask yourself the question. Today is what? January 3rd, 2024. You're probably kind of halfway through the school year. The stuff you have saved, are you using it now? When was the last time you used it? Now that's 16 years of teacher stuff, but that's also all of us. What is the stuff that I have that's too much of? When's the last time I used it? Am I using it now? Can I use it now? Now I know that teaching is ever evolving, as are our lives. So the things in our houses may be clothing that have continued to be small while the bodies got big. It could be items that we got as gifts that we used for a while and we didn't use. Notice that things are always evolving. And recognize that you have some things you thought you might use. Are you using them right now? And then listen for the answer. And if the answer is no, I'm not using it, it is okay to release it. Okay? Yep. Notice that. The other thing is, too, is somebody just said, I'm going to, we got a whole bunch of stuff here. Let me do this. Wheatley, laundry piling up, dreading it. Okay, you know what? Right now, everybody, recognize, Wheatley, too, laundry, dishes, taking out the trash, holidays, holly berries. There are things in your life that are cycles. They are circles, they are cycles. They are things that happen over and over again. Laundry is, and I say this without any kind of emotion, laundry is a continuing cycle, unless you want to be naked or buy new clothes. The more you can drain the energy and emotion out of laundry and just make it neutral, so you're just doing it, or you kind of enjoy it because then it means you've got fresh laundry and nice clean clothes to wear. Changing how you think and feel about your laundry is going to be the thing, or about anything, is how it changes. Is if you're dreading it, why are you dreading it? Getting curious about what you dread. How can you change that dread point? You can change that dread point. Tell yourself a different story, feel a different feeling. Copy and paste, hang on this. Hang out here, let that stuff go to black and white, saturate this up, and then live in this more saturated world. Okay? Notice that. Teresa is asking what time Sunday for the TikTok or the Zoom thing I'm doing. 11 a.m. Eastern. However, if you are on the mailing list, you will have access to the recording of it for like 30 days. Okay? Crafts I may want to do in the future. You may want to do them. Do you want to do them, Dana Reynolds? Do you want to do those crafts in the future? Everybody, notice the language that you speak to yourself in. I might want to do that in the future. If you don't want to do it now, what's going to change in the future? Do you want to do it in the future? Or you might want to do it. Notice the subtle but yet important difference. Okay? Notice that. I can tell you are a 50s girl, Breeze Block. Yes, me too. Empty nest going from 4 to 2. This is the year. Awesome. Yes, I am a huge fan of Palm Springs, California, of vintage, of mid-century architecture. Now, I live in Pennsylvania, so my house, luckily my house is kind of an unusual design for here. So I try to incorporate the things that light me up into my life. So yeah, there we go. Yeah, kids' clothes, never-ending job. Well, they do end because kids grow out of clothes and you donate them and you buy new ones, like yourself. Yeah, the never-ending stories, tell yourself a better story, you know? Natalie Renee is asking me, and this is the only reason I'm going to bring up, do you do private sessions? Yes, I do. This is how I work, and see if this works with you. I only do a package deal, and my coaching package is pretty simple. It's 10 sessions, 1 hour session on Zoom for 10 sessions. Typically at the very beginning, that happens every single week. At a certain time of the day, a certain day of the week, day of the week, lather, rinse, repeat. To get you to understand what your habits are and to slowly break those and to start some new ones, it takes some time. It takes some getting over the resistance of trying something new, of starting something. It's like practicing learning how to drive a car. Now, I will say this, I only work in 10-week packages. Sometimes one package is good enough. Everybody's at a different point in their life. So sometimes 10 is one and done for somebody. They're good. Other times people are like, oh, I just got started, but I'm really digging what we're doing. Then another 10. It's like little train cars, I always think of them. Another 10, another 10, another 10, for how long it takes you to get to where you want to go. I am with you as long as you want and need me. And the one thing I will say is that as soon as you start with me and you become a paying client, as long as you continue and you say, yes, more please, and you do another 10 and another 10, you are, and again, I always crack myself up with this, I'm so freaking clever, you are grandmothered in at the rate that you started with. Now, my rates have increased from last year. They will continue to increase. So the sooner you start coaching, the more money you'll save, really. So that's how I work. It's paid. It's 10 sessions. That's how it works. And it starts with doing a consultation. You get onto my website, destinationdeclutter.com. There's a button that says schedule a consultation. There's a calendar there. I'm just going to quickly look it up to make sure I have some consultation schedule-y things. I need to put some more on there. Okay, there's a bunch of them for this week and next week, but I'm going to add some more. That's how that works. I hope that helps. Oh, that's cute. My nephew handed me a bow off his present at Christmas, and I wanted to save it. How about this, Danielle Z, 58? Save it, and then next year put it on his gift. Okay? Yeah. How about my kids' artwork? Yeah, so hard to let go. Trust me, I love the fact that so many of you people are sentimental like nobody's business. My generation of parents threw away a lot of stuff. You know, it wasn't this preciousness. I have a handful of things that I did, but not a ton of them. So that is so cool of you wanting to save that. But notice where it's not making you feel good. That hanging on to too much. It's not too little. It's not too much. It's just right that you're going for. So what's a good level? Maybe what you do is you buy a clear plastic tote at Target with a white top. I know they sell them because that's all I ever buy. And you say, this is so-and-so's tote. I'm going to fill those things with their stuff. And when it's full, that means we need to dump it out and decide what we want to keep or not and get the kid involved in the process. You can take a picture. The wonderful thing about our modern society is digital photography allows you to not have the item in hand, but have a memory of it. Okay, there we go. There we go. Natalie says, I saved my kids' jerseys and had a quilt made. Teresa says, I want to take kids' shirts from a Girl Scouts and cut out fronts to have a blanket made. Do it. Should I start a new wardrobe for the new year? I'm sick of digging in the same clothes. No, Butterfly, what I would say is the stuff that you're digging and putting to the side, trying to find the good stuff, start by removing those things from your collection. Simple. That's, notice those things, okay? I love this. Somebody just said something about empty boxes. I lost it. Okay, I think I've got it again. Here we go. Thoughts on empty boxes? Keep to repack items or discard. Oh, you mean this? You mean these? So they can be useful up to a certain point. At this time of year, if nobody saw my most recent TikTok video, get 2 boxes. 2 of the boxes you have. They could be a gift box. Do not make them pretty. They are functional. Get 2 boxes from Target or whatever in your home and go around and collect up all your paperwork and mail that you haven't dealt with or that's scattered all over your home for 2023. And see, I did it and put it in a 2023 box. Get another box. Today's the 3rd, so you probably don't have a lot of mail. Put your 2024 mail in this box. Use the boxes, but if you find you have too many, then start breaking them down. Notice when you say keeping to repack items, are you going to sell stuff? Are you going to mail things? Push comes to shove. If you get rid of all your boxes and you have to mail something, you can probably ask a neighbor, do you have any empty boxes I can borrow? You can go buy one. Okay? So notice that. Megan is saying, I feel like if I had more storage space, I wouldn't have clutter. Is that an excuse or reality? It's a little bit of both. Depends on how big your place is. However, everybody, and I say this because I want to be like alert. I'm not just talking. I'm talking to Megan. I'm talking to you, but I'm also saying this is useful for all y'all. Clutter is the stuff in your life that doesn't work for you. It's not the good stuff. So regardless of how big or small your house is, that's irrelevant. Removing what doesn't work from your home, from your life, from your habits, from your diet, from your relationships, from your job, removing what doesn't work for you will give you more space. Having more space just delays you dealing with the process. You know the feeling. Somebody up here said that they lived in an RV. You have to be you're going to get at maximum capacity really quickly if you live in a tiny home. So you need to be on that. Bigger houses just make you avoid the inevitable decision of, what is this thing? Do I want it? If I want it, where does it go? If I don't want it, where does it go? Okay? So I hope that helps you. Okay? There we go. I don't mind washing the laundry. I don't like putting it away, says Kimmy K. You know why? I bet, this is just me, riffing here, that when you go to put it away, you have too much stuff in your drawers or your closet that it makes it difficult to put it away. Decluttering what you're not wearing gives you more space for what you are wearing. Okay? There we go. Fran says one of the things she's doing that's working for her, or them, or him, I only have 10 items of clothes that can be interchangeable to avoid large piles of laundry. There you go. Find what works for you and do it. Yeah, having the right amount. Yeah, notice that. Notice where my hand is, people. When I say, think about it. When you don't have enough, when you're hungry, you have a hunger in your gut. Not enough is down here. Too much is here. I'm overwhelmed. I'm drowning in it. I feel suffocated. I feel like I can't keep my head above water. Too much is above your head. What we are aiming for is to decrease the too much to where it feels just right for you. And I say feels more than ever. This year is going to be the year of the feels, because this is where it all happens. You can have a list of things you need to do, but if you don't feel like doing it, you're not going to do it. So notice what feels right, having the right amount of stuff for your space, where it feels right, where the amount, the quality, the quantity, the functionality feels good, yes, completely. Yep. Oh, Jen saying, if you want to take a next step, work with Beth. She's helped me get started. Awesome, Jen. So good. And I need to get back to you about stuff. So yay. Happy New Year. Mindset. It's all about mindset. How much is 10 sessions packages? Kate, I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you right here, because it might change by the time somebody else watches this video. What I will tell you is, I will ask you, how much is it worth to you to have a life that looks and feels and functions like you want it to, not just in 10 sessions though. That's where you learn it, but learning things that you can use for the rest of your life. I equate what I'm doing to basically almost like a driver's ed teacher. I teach you something you don't know how to do, so then when you're done with learning it, you practice it in between sessions. You change your life, and then you get the practice and the refinement and the doing it better and doing it easier and doing it simpler. I teach you all of it, and then you go out and you lather, rinse, repeat, and you do that, and for the rest of your life. So how much is it worth to you to have a lifetime of a life that looks and feels and functions like you want it to? I was just on a coaching call with a client who has shown up. I will say, she has signed up for 3 packages in a row. We are getting so much good stuff done. And to be able to say to yourself, what do I want to happen? And to be able to make that happen, that's gold, Jerry. So, Kate, if it works for you, it's foolish to talk about money if what I do isn't going to be what helps you. But if you think it does, then the conversation about money is really about yourself. I can tell you a number. I can say it's $10,000. Or I can tell you it is $20,000, or it's $400, or it's 25 cents. All that does is gives you a sense of activation, how much I'm willing to pay for what's important to me and not. We all have our ranges, don't get me wrong, but I have had enough clients in the past years to know that I was told by somebody who signed up with me last week that starting this week that I should be charging 3 times as much as what I'm charging. That what I'm doing is a bargain. But everybody's idea of a bargain is different. Only you can figure that out, but we don't even need to talk about money if what you're struggling with isn't something I can help with, okay? Just wanted to offer that. All right, there we go. I have a cube bin for arts and crafts today. Put some items I've had for years in a donation bag. Awesome, Abbott Elementary. Wonderful. This is a wonderful time of year to kind of reset. Even though, actually, I think because I live on the East Coast and it's freezing cold out, so I am kind of stuck in my home for the next few months. This is where it's great to go make the changes in your home so it looks and feels and functions better no matter what room you're in, so that when the weather gets nice, you can go out and play and not have to do this. There we go. Notice that there are stories that are generational. It is, my mom's parents used to burn their old items, so now she has issues getting rid of things. Yeah, there are generational things, stories, and feelings that go generation to generation. My grandfather, one of my great grandfathers, was a junk man. My grandfather has barns full of stuff up New Hampshire. My grandmother had piles of paper. My dad, I was on a phone call the other day with a cousin of mine whose wife used to work with my dad, and she's like, "Oh my God, his office was such a mess." I got generational clutter like nobody's business, but I've decided to stop that and start something different, and I freaking love it. Okay, Alyssa Fick, do you FaceTime for the consultation to see what we have going on? I don't FaceTime. I only use Zoom, and I don't need to see what's going on. I don't need to see the clutter. The clutter is the clutter. What's going on is up here and with you, with her, but we do it on Zoom so we can have a conversation. It's easier than this. Okay, my birthday is tomorrow. I asked for textbooks for school. There you go. Okay, Susan says, I'm not doing one-on-one yet. I suggest try the Zooms and see if you like her first. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, baby steps, people. Everything is about baby steps. You know, notice that. This and That Creation is saying, Beth, when did you finally make changes for yourself? It wasn't a hard and fast thing. It is incremental. At a certain point in my life, I realized, for years I realized I was unhappy. I was. And so many levels of my life, but I thought there was no choice. I thought that was just how it was. I didn't realize that there was another side to the story. What I noticed was when I didn't want to do things, I wasn't doing them. I was dragging my feet. But there were certain things in my life that I liked doing, and it made it feel fun, and I would do those things. And when I started following my heart about doing things I wanted to do, that made me feel better, and then I did better. If I said, no, this is it, and you only do the stuff you have to do, I was dragging my feet and miserable every single day. And so here's the funny thing. This is where I would normally be pointing to a heart on the wall that kind of represents the destination. And what really changed it for me, and still took years for me to implement, because it's decades of undoing negative self-talk and family stories and all this, is I said, I plan kick-ass road trips like nobody's business. See, over here, I used to have a business that I wrote books, and there's some more over here. Some of them have sold out, on road trips. And I said, why is it, I remember sitting there being, why is it that I can plan a kick-ass road trip, but my life, I can't plan my life like that? That I'm not looking forward to my future at all. I'm dreading my future. And I said, you know what the difference is when you're going on a road trip, you're excited about where you want to go. And so I said, okay, maybe I can apply those same driving and road trip metaphors to my home, my own life. And when I started to do that, I noticed the similarities. Is if I'm not excited about where I'm going, I'm not going to try to get there. I'm going to drive in circles. I'm going to be miserable. So how can I get excited? What is a destination I'm excited to get to? And what can I do a little bit on the way to get there? And much like in my car, if I run out of gas, what do? If I'm exhausted, I fill my tank up. If I get lost, I stop and I find a map and I redirect myself to where I'm going. If I think this is going to get me somewhere, but it becomes a dead end, I learn from that. I turn around, I go back, and I try another way. It's all baby steps, everybody. You know? Yes, Heather, my approach does work with people neurodivergent, ADHD. I will say this about the autism. I am not, and I'm happy to say this because I want to share you. I want to manage expectations. I am not a licensed mental health professional. I am a certified life coach with decades of work experience, creating problems and finding solutions and creating order out of chaos. I've been personally the person who goes in and helps people organize their homes. I live with and am related to people with ADHD and neurodivergence and clutter. So I know a lot about that stuff. Autism to me is a different, more serious thing. Also, like hoarding, anything that is a diagnosable thing that is out of, I want you to get the best help you need. I may not be the best help for you. So I say that so that you can know what to look for. Okay? So notice that. Okay. Oh, Jennifer is asking my analogy when I get exhausted. Oh my gosh. Okay. So treat yourself like a car in a certain way. Every day you wake up and you have a certain amount of gas in your tank. You go out to your car. Oh, I've got half a tank. You can go half a tank's worth and then you run out of gas. Same thing with your energy, with your time. You have a certain amount of energy in your body every single day. It varies. You are not a machine. Even machines, like cars, empty and you need to fill them up again. When I start to feel empty, I pull over and I refill. I will get away from my work. I will walk around. I will lay down and take a nap. I will eat something healthy. I will, drink some water. I will do something to make myself feel better so that I have more energy. I'll go to bed. I'll wake up and say, I'm not getting it done today. I'm going to take care of myself, and tomorrow I will wake up with more energy. Anything you would do for your car, anything you would do driving, filter that into your own life. That's how I changed that. And it's incremental. It's like a road trip. You don't get from Phoenixville, Pennsylvania to Palm Springs, California in one day, in one fell swoop. You drive and then you rest, and then you drive and you stay over, and you drive and you go out and pee, and then you drive and then you look around, and then you drive and you say, oh, that's a fun little place, and then you drive and then then you get out and pee again, and then you get a snack, and then you drive a little bit and you stay at a hotel, and then you drive and you go to the roadside attraction, and then you drive and you visit friends, and then you drive, and every time you do that, you keep your eyes on the prize, which isn't right there, but your destination. I swear it's going to be up by the next time I do a TikTok. It's incremental. Everything is incremental. Okay, there we go. Susan is saying, and thank you for letting me know this. Susan is saying, I am very, very ADHD, and I cannot tell you how much just this free stuff has helped. That's why I set up. And Laura is asking what the end goal is. The end goal is feeling good. Feeling good, and not just at the end. Feeling good every single freaking day. Freaking bats, right? Every single day. Feeling good about what you're doing and how you're doing it. And seeing the results that you get when you show up feeling good. Yeah, Heather, if you're in the midst of weight fluctuations, suggestion for how to declutter clothes. Yes, embrace and celebrate the clothing that you no longer fit in because it is too big. That is assuming that you are trying to lose weight. Most people are trying to lose weight, but so if you have lost weight and there's clothing that's baggy on you, congratulate yourself for your hard work. It is not easy to lose weight, as we all know. So congratulate yourself like nobody's business. Happily put those too big clothes into totes and store them away if you have a concern that you might gain your weight back. But get the things that don't work for you out of your closet, out of your drawers, and put them away. So you're only working with the clothing that currently looks good and feels good on your body. Then lather, rinse, repeat that until you're at your goal weight. And then once you've maintained your goal weight and you're no longer fearful that you're going to gain the weight, that makes it easier for you to donate those larger clothes. Okay, there we go. Okay, so Lucy White already knows she's a level 5 hoarder, but the body doubling with my content has made a huge difference. Body doubling is something that obviously works with hoarders. It works with ADHD people. It even works with neurotypical people, I guess. Frankly, I don't believe there's any neurotypical people out there. I think neurotypical people are people who have a human brain. Everybody's brain works differently, and they're just hiding. They're just trying to fit in. Okay? Notice what works for you. Okay? Notice if body doubling. That's why I show up. I do these TikTok lives. I do these free the consultations are free, but I was thinking of the word workshops, the Zoom calls, but also the fact that when I do these TikTok lives, I don't even know who it was. I wish I could attribute this idea to a specific person, but it was a follower here who had the idea that recordings of these TikTok lives may help them if they were recorded and they could listen elsewhere. So I said, sure, I'll do whatever you think is going to help you. That's why I have such a library of recorded TikTok lives on the Destination Decluttered YouTube channel. So when you want to body double, but you don't have anybody in your home or your life to do it, you pop one of those on and you're not alone. You've got somebody for an hour or so who's telling you, inspiring you, encouraging you, just feeding you the good vibes so that you start to feel better. And when you feel better, you do better. Okay, so thank you for letting me know that works, Lucy. Thank you, everybody, for letting me know what I'm doing is working so I can do more of that. And because you do, you encourage me. You give me the courage to continue doing what's working. So thank you for that. I also want to give a shout out. I need to say this too, to my paying clients, because you're like getting coaching for yourself may seem very, what do I want to say? Like selfish, one-on-one, all that. When you get one-on-one coaching, you're not just helping yourself. You're helping concentric circles of people around you, the people you know, the people you live with, your friends, your family, will feel a difference when you start showing up, feeling, and acting differently, when your house starts looking different. But also, you are helping people you have never met before because you paying for your coaching with me helps me be able to afford to show up and do the live stuff and the free stuff. So thank you for the people who sign up. So if you're thinking, I can't spend that kind of money on myself, what if you realize that however much money you spent on coaching for yourself helped 4 times as many people, 10 times as many people? Would that help you feel better? You may be showing up for other people, giving them your time and your money. Show up for yourself. Give yourself your time and your money. You are worth it. Okay? Lucy White is saying my family has noticed this. How do you keep positive in this process? It's a daily thing. Your life, and it's going to be a daily thing. You wake up in the morning and you make a decision. How do I want to feel this morning? I want to feel good. Okay, what can I do today that makes me feel good? I'm going to do a TikTok live. I'm going to go take a walk. I am going to do something, Yes, exactly. Isn't that creation? Don't look at all of the clutter as a whole. No, that's overwhelm. That is guaranteed overwhelm. When you look at the whole thing, even me looking at a map and I have a map right here, that's what I'm looking at. There's Pennsylvania, and then I see Ohio, whatever state that is, Indiana, Illinois, Missouri, Kansas, Oklahoma, where the wind comes sweeping down the plain, in New Mexico, Arizona, then California. That's overwhelming for me to look at that whole road trip. Doesn't stop me from wanting to start because I love that destination. Chunking it down to say, okay, I know like I do the math. It should take me X amount of days to get there. I'm going to take that long to get there, and I'm going to chunk it down a little bit at a time. That's how it works. And when I get tired near Pittsburgh, I'm going to stop in Pittsburgh. When I get up in Pittsburgh the next morning, maybe I go to Columbus, Ohio, and then I hang out in Columbus, and then I go from Ohio, and maybe I go to Indianapolis, Indiana, right? And then I go to Illinois, and then I chunk it down. Chunk it down and rather repeat. And Jennifer, yes, I have dated the TikTok lives all have a date on them. Okay, so notice that. Yes, everybody. The only reason I call it Destination Decluttered is to get you started. Think of the destination as like your shining star, as the North Star, to keep you in alignment with what's important for you so you don't veer off course. But then it's how to get that feeling that you want at the destination every single day. And I will tell you that when you even just getting up and starting to do something will cause you to feel good. Okay? That's how I coach. That's how I work. It works for some people. Other people have different approaches. This is how I show up. I am an informal Gen X coach who shows up every day, all the time, in pretty much a black t-shirt and a hoodie, except where I'm like in warm cultures, and then I have like my caftans and my muumuus and stuff like that. But I make it fun because I get so bored and my eyes roll in the back of my head when it gets too difficult or earnest or fancy. I like to use simple words and things that connect up so I don't have to translate it in my brain to something that makes sense. To me, what makes sense is because I drive in my car all the day. So I can say, oh yeah, this reminds me of when my tires were out of alignment. This reminds me of not knowing what was wrong, but I wasn't moving, but I was afraid to pop open the trunk and look at the not the trunk actually, pop open the hood and look at what was going on underneath the hood to find out why I was stuck and to get something to fix it. And if I didn't know that I couldn't fix it, if your car was broken, people, if your car was broken and you didn't have it to get to where you wanted to go to, you would pay thousands of dollars maybe to get your car fixed so you could go somewhere that you need to go in your life. Coaching is the exact same thing. If you're not getting where you want to in your life, paying for coaching is like paying to get your car repaired so you can get moving in the direction that you want. Okay? Yes, be proud in the next step. Always. I'm always doing. I love Tina Fey. Little Liz Lemon high five. I've got a GIF somewhere on my computer with her on it. Yes, celebrate the victories. My ADHD people milk every little thing for dopamine. The more little steps you do, the more opportunities you get to have that little pellet feeder button dopamine good feeling, okay? If you don't normally generate it, if it feels overwhelming, you can chunk things down, and every little chunk you do is like getting a little chocolate from the feeder bar, okay? There we go. There we go. Annalisa is just coming in to say hi, but thank you. Slowly but surely going through my garage. You do that. Here's the crazy thing. we have incrementally gone through our garage, and every time we do, what we've also done is we have stopped our habits of putting more things in the garage or bringing more things home. We used to trash pick like nobody's business. We have stopped that. We have decreased the amount of items in our garage, and so now when I go to the garage, it's just done. It's just done. Like this coming spring, we'll basically just have to blow some leaves out of it, and it's ready to go for, like, going out there and moving the chairs and stuff. GGX2000, you're asking about what to suggest to do with journals that hold medical info too. I don't know if those are personal journals where you're writing like notes to self about your stuff and you don't want anybody else to see them. I'm always up for a good bonfire, or tearing things into little bits, or shredding. Or here's the thing I've learned too, is like dumping your paperwork in a sink full of water and tearing it up if you don't want anybody else to read it. There are ways you can get it so nobody else watches it. There we go. CC Fitzhenry says, oh, there you go. Free workshops and recordings help so much. We have our free consultation this Friday. Yes, we do. Can't wait. I also can't wait. Because here's the deal. I love this journey. I have been to this destination before. I live at my destination. And to me, I know how to get there. I am the person in the passenger seat with you that says, if you want to get there and you are willing to drive, I will guide you. I will show you how to get there. I will provide the snacks and the entertainment and the music and the things that are going to keep you going when previously you haven't been able to keep yourself going. And I do it in a fun way that makes it doable and chunk downable. And again, I'm going to use the word fun, because if it ain't fun, I ain't doing it. And we get there incrementally and we enjoy it. We don't postpone the joy till the end. Okay? We get the joy the moment we start the road trip. I always think of this. This is my, I love this. Ponytail Girl Vintage says, I'm an organizer and I've never heard the mail hack. You know why? Because he never made me. God, I got to wick a lot of hacks here. And I am different from everybody else. I come from this from a different perspective. I have always looked at things from a different perspective. I have never fit in anywhere except with the people who don't fit out anywhere. And so I look at things differently, so I do them differently. I have fun with it. I make shit up. And I mean, like, I invent things that ain't never happened before. Okay? So thank you, Lori Hannah. Beth's personal coaching has been so helpful. I am recognizing my thoughts and changing my clutter. Lori Hannah, you're awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that. I look forward to seeing you next week. Okay? All sorts of good and funny. Oh, the mail hack. So I have a video, and it's not, funny thing is, Jennifer, we could talk about the mail hack, M-A-L-E. That's a whole different thing. But as far as your mail goes, I did a TikTok video. That's just the first one on my thing for this year. And I basically said, they're right here because I did the video yesterday. Get 2 boxes. Go around your house. Gather up all the mail from and paperwork from 2023. Put it in a box, Jason. Put it in a box. We will deal with this. It is not going to become no doom boxes on my watch. Nope, we will deal with it. You may have said to yourself, oh, I'll put it in a box and I'll deal with it later, but you never deal with it. I help you deal with the later stuff now. And then this year, and this is the cool thing, then you start another box and you're starting different habits. Put this year's mail, the first, the second, the third, in that other box, and then we'll deal with that too. Yeah, you are worth the investment. Yes, invest in yourself. Here's the funny thing. If you extrapolate, people often say, well, if this is your price and it's 10 sessions, then it's this much per session. Yes, technically, that is technically how much it is per session, but that's only looking at it one way. You look at it as how many days and moments do I have left in my life, and when do I want to stop feeling crappy and start feeling better? And then when you say, well, I have 52 weeks in a year and 7 days in a week and 365 days and 24 hours, I want to feel good on all of those days. Yeah, suddenly I'm paying a penny a day for coaching that happens all at once, and people do pay for it up 100% in advance. But that is an investment. You get a return on your investment for the rest of your life. That's how it goes. I know, okay, I love that. Okay, there we go. Yeah, Susie Lopez is saying she never fit in and I'm always okay with it. Yes, I have begun to embrace more so than ever. The more I realize that I should show up as myself, the more happier I am, the less I'm trying to fit in somewhere else. And the more happy I am, and just, it's cool. And then you attract the people that like you for who you are. Okay? So I cannot believe that it has been 50 minutes right now. I know I did a lot of talking about me, but I felt like people have questions about my coaching and how I do this. I do that to inform you. Information is power. Remember that little GIF? Information is power. When you have more information, you can make a better decision that aligns with your head and your heart. And what I will say with you too, there we go. I'm on the island of misfit toys. I used to be the girl who had no dreams left to dream. I used to say that about myself, seriously. And then I realized, no, I have dreams and I want to make them come true. And I dreamt about marrying a cute rock star. I got him. I dreamt about living in a cool house. I got it. I dreamt about decorating my house, part Pee-wee's Playhouse and part the Monkeys Beach House. I got that. I dreamed of going to Palm Springs, California. I got that. I made that happen. I made all of that stuff happening, you know? Are you open to bartering for a reduced fee? I live in Colorado and can host you. So Sarah Larkin, what a cool idea, but I don't go to people's houses. I might experiment with that at some point, but here's where the work happens. It doesn't happen with me being in your house. It happens with you being in your house. And you being in your house, that is your body, that is your head and your heart and your nervous system. You don't need to help me with that. You don't need me in your house to do that. What you need to do is get quiet with yourself and say, what is my destination? What do I want my home and life to look and feel like? You write that down. And then you say to yourself, what can I do today to get there? Closer to there than whatever. Because when you move away from where you are and closer to where you are, you've started the journey. The next day, you don't start back at square one. You start wherever you left off. And then you keep on going and you keep on going. You can do this. And the funny thing is you're talking about a reduced fee. I can't remember. Honestly, I do a lot of coaching. You may not even know how much I cost. It may be so affordable to you that you don't know, but notice that you have a fear of it not being able to be afforded. We all have fears about money. I do, you know. But okay. You know what? We can send me an email, tell me your idea. I'm open to ideas. Beth@destinationdeclutter.com. That's where your the email mailer comes from. If you want to join that, send me an email. What are you thinking? We'll talk. You know, I like to be open to ideas, but I run it through, is this what I want to happen and how I want to do it? Okay. Okay. Jennifer, how long until today's video gets posted? Probably later today. TikTok takes a while to process these things, and I need to get them up there before 6 o'clock. But if you're missing the happiness portion of the show, notice that the happiness conversation is just this. When you think better, you feel better. When you feel better, you do better. So if you are not feeling better, let's back it up. What are the thoughts you have in your head that are causing you to not feel good? When you identify those thoughts, you can rewrite them and try them on for size, like a new sweater, and be like, oh, this fits better. I feel better when I wear this thought. And then I feel better, and then I do better. And what I say also about that is don't postpone the joy. We are not truckers on trucker speed doing, Smokey and the Bandit and trying to, white knuckle ourselves. No. Knuckle down, buckle down, do it, do it, do it. No, that's not how I roll. That is not a road trip. That is a commute. And I don't roll like that. I say we're going to have fun along the way. It may take slightly longer than you think, but it's going to be so much more long lasting. You're going to learn stuff. You're going to enjoy the process. You're going to have fun every single day. And if you're not having fun and feeling good in your life every single day, traffic cop hand, stop that right now and start doing something different. And that starts with you saying, what works for me that brings me joy? Write that down. Do more of it. What isn't bringing me joy? Write that down too. Let's break it apart and find out how to reduce the non-joy in your life. And I approach this via clutter, because clutter allows you the ability to say, what is this in my life? Do I want it? If I want it, where does it go? If I don't want it, where does it go? And that is clutter, stuff, but it's also people, opportunities, feelings, food, whatever it is. I want you to feel good every day. And I want to share with you the tools that I use to do this so that you can do it too. It's like the Fabergé organic shampoo commercial. anybody, I tell 2 friends, and then they tell 2 friends, and so on, and so on, and so on, and so on, and so on. And now I'm voguing like Madonna, Madonna, Madonna. You know, but it's so true. It's silly for me to hoard this information, gatekeep, whatever the kids are calling it these days. I am so cool with where I'm at. I want other people to feel this way too. So I show up and I do so much live. And yes, I do charge for my one-on-one coaching because that's how I can afford to do the free stuff. And it also gets the people who pay, get to where they want to go to faster. Because all we do is focus on you. I'm not speaking to the masses. We are honing in on the strategic, specific places where you are jammed up and creating a solution for you so you get going ASAP. Okay, there we go. All right, what else do we got? We got 5 minutes here. You are a gift to us all. You're welcome. There we go. Chasing Serotonin says, Beth is such a gem on this platform. Hey, if you're interested, if you like what I'm doing and you think other people might be helped by this too, I don't know how to do it, but get the word out. I don't know if it's sharing a TikTok live when I do it or letting people that you know that are cluttered, or maybe you tag me, whatever it is. If you feel like what I'm doing is helping and you want to help other people, spread the word. Spread the word. The more people, I mean, again, they show up and it's a free thing. So notice that. Yes, and I will say this, I love hanging out with everybody. If this was not fun for me, if this was a chore, I'd be like, hey, yeah, I got these questions. Oh, yep, that's because you get clutter. No, I have fun. I make it fun for me. And when it's fun for me, it's fun for you. And then you encourage me and I encourage you and we're doing a little dance. And this is how I have fun. This is how I'm creating a world I want to live in. It's because I want there to be more people in there, because when you think better and feel better, you do better, and not just for yourself, but for other people, you know? Coaching is like the Concorde or the Autobahn. Coaching is almost like, here's the funny thing, it could be almost like, yeah, it could be the Autobahn, it could be like the Concorde, and it's really like having a really clear roadmap. Instead of going, well, I guess I could do this and I guess I could do that, I'm going to try to do this. It's creating a roadmap. So you do the incremental things, you get there because you learn how to do these things during the process. So yeah, you can fly, you can do a hack and throw everything out. And you can do a thing where you're like, I'm just going to put everything in a dumpster. I'm going to give all my clothes away. But if you don't change what happens on the everyday and the little incremental, that stuff will build up again. That's why I love the road trip metaphor. Is think about it. We go on road trips to learn about ourselves, to learn about what's around us, to have fun, and to go experience new and different things. This year, if you want your life to be different, you're going to have to do and think different things. But different doesn't have to mean bad or scary. Different can mean freaking awesome. Okay? And different can be good, and it gets you where you want to go. Okay? So notice that. Yeah. Okay, Pam the dog lady, thank you for saying you've changed how I think and feel about my clutter. Yes, notice how you feel about it, people. I am going to be talking about the feels. If you guys started a jar, don't make it a drinking game. You would be blotto by the time a TikTok live would be done. But if you had a jar and you put in a quarter for every time I say, how does that feel? How are you feeling? What does that make you feel? Feel. You're going to have like thousands of dollars by the end of this year if you keep on listening to me. Okay? Because it is all about, it isn't just up here. You got to do this. You got to do this. Fuck that. It doesn't work for me. Maybe it works for other people. Other people who want to be bossed at and yelled at and bossed around, there's plenty of people here who will happily do that for you. I want to collaborate with you. I make it fun. And it's all about, how does this feel for you? How does this feel? Does this feel fun? Yeah, if it does, I'm going to show up. Again, I'm going to show up for another free TikTok Live. Does this feel fun? Oh, if this is what it feels like on a TikTok Live, I'm going to sign up for the Destination Decluttered email mailing list. DestinationDecluttered.com/join. That means I can go to this workshop, this free workshop on Sunday. That means in a couple weeks, there's going to be a free Zoom call. And every month, there's going to be a Zoom call. And I get workshops, and I get all sorts of encouragement. And there's all sorts of good things. How does that feel? If that feels good, do more of it. If it doesn't feel good for you, yeah, move along. It's not, if I'm not for you, have at it. There are plenty of other fish in the sea. Okay? So notice this. Need a live on photos and storage? Last task on my organized journey. Okay, Mama Kimbo, we will work on that. I've been talking with clients about that. So next time I do a live, which I have to look up and see when I'm doing that, I think it is, yes. Friday is an official. I will always, unless something egregious happens, I always show up for my scheduled TikTok lives. Nothing egregious has happened yet, but I leave room for life to happen or something, whatever. I show up for those, but I also will occasionally do pop-ups. Now, the pop-ups happened a lot during the holidays because I didn't feel like scheduling anything because I didn't know what my day was going to be like. But you can rely on the next time that I'm doing a TikTok live that I'm going to be there. Friday, what did I say? Friday the 5th at 9:30 in the morning. Also next week when I schedule some more, I will do some more in the evening. So if you know of people that are cluttered, but they work during the day and they don't have the luxury, the benefit, the abundance of showing up on TikTok at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, which it is right now, or whenever I show up early in the morning East Coast time, let them know that I'm there for those. Also, they can even just try them on. You might like her. Here's the YouTube channel that has the recordings of the lives. One size does not fit all, as Square Pegs would say. So I am only here for the people who dig what I'm doing and how I do it. That means we're on the same wavelength. Let's hang out together, okay? Let's do this. Yeah, coaching helps you see through the other side because sometimes you're too close and blocked. Yes, I know the journey. I can help you look off into the distance. And then when you come back to where you are right now, the roadblocks in front of you don't seem as bad. Okay? There we go. All right, Jennifer's preparing evenings. Okay, next week, you guys see what? You tell me what you want. You articulate what you want in the world. This is, at least for me, this is what you get. I will show up next week, twice in the evening. I don't know when, because I got to look at my calendar, but I will schedule 2 TikTok lives in the evening, and I say evening, I'm always East Coast. You can probably tell by my accent. And we will do this, okay? Folks, I'm signing off now because I got stuff to do. I got a life to live, and I know you do too. I know I should have some sort of catchy, pithy, like, exit thing here. It changes from time to time, but I just want to inspire you by saying, you can do this. You can do whatever you want. You have choices. You have options. You can make this year, your life, different than the other one, okay? High five, everybody. I will see you on Friday. If not, having a consultation with you at some point before then, all right?